Donnie Diamonds. A tale of a New York basketball murder. A shooter. A killer. A silencer. No one could stop him. Not even a raptor. Coming this fall to a theater near you. The Dante DiVincenzo story. A tale of a basketball murder. Donnie Diamonds. What's going on, everybody? This is the Sports Ethos Toronto Raptor podcast once again, and we're feeling a little low today after that New York game. I'm your host, Mr. El Hoopo. You know how to spell it. And A.Rod, you know how to spell it. And Max Profit, he better get paid or he's gonna slap the chiclets out your mouth, you bitch. You heard me?
You heard
Let's
me.
go. You heard me. What's up, boys?
What's going on? What is going
Chilling.
on?
Man. Donnie Diamonds.
I thought we had that one, man. I really did.
I did.
We've been down this road before, man.
All right. Let's all right. Let's hold it. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
One word, hit me. New York Knicks. We're in town Friday night. A lot of lights. Spike Lee. Al Harrington was even there. My guy, Al Harrington. And the Toronto
I was looking up
Raptors.
some of his strains after I seen him.
Yeah, that's. And you know that the name of his company is his mom's name.
Okay.
That's his mom's name, yeah. Anyways, 119 for the New York Knicks, 106 for the Raps. One word, give it to me. Somebody jump in.
Two words from me.
Hit me.
They're hyphenated, so maybe one.
Yeah.
Broken clock.
Woo!
I'm wrong about a lot of stuff.
That's not true.
But I'm right twice a day, man. I'm right twice a day. And I told you about this New York Knicks game, man. What did I say on the last pod? I said, listen, RJ Barrett's going to come here. He cannot shoot. Mm-hmm. Okay? Yeah. So I'm not really terribly worried about him.
You
What
called
did he
it.
go for? This guy
He
shot,
did.
1 out of 6 or something like that from 3?
Yeah.
Could barely even hit anything. Had a few turnovers because he's trying extra hard in front of the Toronto crowd,
Yeah.
as expected.
Front
And I
of
said,
Pops.
we gotta make sure Jalen Brunson doesn't kill us. Jalen Brunson goes to work, 20 plus in the game, does his work. And again, the Raptors, man, my God, these guys are just it's so interesting. They're in the top half of the league in terms of defense for points scored. Yeah, for points scored, against, they're in the top half of the league. Mm-hmm. But for forcing turnovers, they're in the bottom half. So I'm not really understanding what we're trying to do. We have to be a little bit more aggressive, take the ball from these guys, get some light points through transition. We're not doing it. Raptors, again, struggling from the line. Not really a new story there. I mean, that's been a season-long theme with the Raptors. I think
It's so gross.
They're second last in the NBA in terms
I
of
think they're
free-throw
below
percent.
last. No, they're below last.
I thought Denver was last, but you know what?
No, they're worse than last.
So you're saying they're in the negatives, yeah. But
yeah.
Okay, at the end of the day, I mean, Raptors are shooting low 70s for free throw percentage, probably 72, I would guess. They've had 5 out of 20 games where they've shot over 80% as a team, and
Jeez.
that is just it's fucking embarrassing.
That is embarrassing.
You are a professional basketball player. You get paid millions of dollars. You have all the best sporting coaches, all the best shooting technique coaches.
Get 'em, A-Rod.
Everything at your disposal, and you can't hit free throws, man. What you can shoot this 400 times a day, man. Get somebody to watch you. Do something. But my God, man, it's free points. Free points, man. Take them. I'm out. I'm done.
Oh, man.
Broken
I'm with
clock.
you.
Broken clock.
Broken clock. I like that. Broken clock. Max, hit me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 words. Hit me.
I don't know if I've done this one before, but the Arthur Fist, man.
The witch?
Oh, no.
Arthur Fist, the meme of the Arthur Fist.
Yeah.
You ever seen that meme?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just I'm clenching that fist and I'm looking at these guys and it's just pissing me off because at the end of the season, these are the losses you're gonna remember, right? When
100%, that's one of them.
when we're in some messed up spot where we could have been playing this team, but instead we're playing that team when we could have been in this round, and instead like these are the losses you remember at the end of the year.
And you said last episode, you're like, this is a beatable team. This is
Extremely
a very
beatable.
beatable
You
team.
score over a certain amount of points, you're beating the Knicks, guaranteed.
Yeah.
They're a very beatable team, but you can't get punked off, though.
I got punked. Man, disgusting. All right, my word is actually not a word. My word is a song. There was a song that popped into my head. You know who it was? It was Teddy Pendergrass. And you know what song it was? Feels so good loving somebody when somebody loves you back. But not the Raps. Feels so good needing somebody when somebody needs you back. But not the Raps.
So
I honestly thought you were gonna say. I honestly thought you were gonna say Hadaway. What is love, man?
Oh
no, okay.
Baby, don't hurt me, man. That's what Raptors.
No, that game was just embarrassing. It was embarrassing, and it was. I sit there, and the reason I say that song is because it feels so good needing somebody when somebody needs. I gave them all that. I gave them my Friday. Listen, I gave them my cheat meal. Listen, I gave them my eyes. I gave them my ears. I gave them my heart. And they
went
the
TSN package.
Yeah, yes, exactly. They're taking my check. And these guys came out. One guy came out. I saw one guy on the court who broke a sweat. It was Scotty. Nobody else seemed to even play. Nobody even came out to even give it an honest go. It seemed like the only guy out there that was trying was Scotty and Darko. That was it.
Yeah. I was watching the replay on the NBA Pass, and you can do the different broadcasts. So I was watching the New York guys, and they were talking about Scotty and pretty much Scotty only. As far as effort, as far as guys that looked good. Pascal for a hot second, but it was very disappointing.
No, with Pascal, I noticed one thing on his box score. It was actually 4 things on his box score. SOFT. Soft.
Oh.
That's 4 things I noticed. Man.
In the first half, he wasn't playing like that, though. I don't know why we got steamrolled as the game went on. We just sort of got pushed and pushed and pushed until we were completely on the floor getting run over.
And all this talk about evaluation. Oh, we're still evaluating. Well, I hope this stopped the evaluating. I hope this gave a little bit of an answer to your evaluation period, which has been going on for years now. You know what I mean?
Evaluation is just an excuse for guys that ain't playing good.
We can't evaluate much longer. I mean, they're gonna have to make a move soon.
100%.
You can't keep the roster like this. You can't, because the longer you keep this like this, you're gonna have to pay somebody at the end of the season just to save face, right? Yeah, these guys are, they're finishing up their contracts, and you're gonna have to pay them. But it's just a bad look all around, and the value isn't getting any better over time, man.
Well, let's jump to the other side on the Knicks side, and I completely agree with you. It has to come now. I mean, we talked about Burner Brunson. He had a hell of a game. He looks so good. I love the way he plays. One guy definitely that we touched on in the intro. I touched on the intro was Mr. Donnie Diamonds, Mr. Donte DiVincenzo. First, we get hit by Strus. Then we get hit by Rolls-Royce O'Neal. And now we got Donte DiVincenzo, Donnie Diamonds.
It's Raptors tradition, bro. Raptors tradition.
Yeah.
These guys pop up out of left field and have career games against us. And we're banging our head against the wall saying, why us? Why is this nobody?
Of Doug McDermott.
Hey, man.
Still roams the halls.
Yeah, Doug McDermott was the guy who was always killing us.
Even Joe Johnson used to kill us.
Oh wow!
Long before McDermott, man.
Wow, yeah, Joe Johnson.
On my heart from Joe Johnson.
Joe Johnson.
Man?
Yeah.
Man. Well, anyways, yeah. And one thing I noticed too. But if I was a Knicks fan, there was one guy on that team that would drive me crazy. Who do you think I'm talking about? If you were a Knicks fan, diehard Knicks fan, who's the guy on the squad who would drive you nuts?
I think it's Randall.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, it's funny. I have a soft spot for Randall because he went to Kentucky, but
he almost had a triple-double, but he'd drive me crazy. He's a black hole, man. The moment he touches that ball, it's like, whoa, nobody's getting it again.
He's like, it's like Michael Porter Jr. is basically the Darth Lord Sith. that's teaching him how to shoot all the time.
And it's funny too. You brought up a good point, Max. Last time you're like, these guys have bricks for hands.
Yes,
and
yes.
they really do have bricks for
Yes,
hands.
I told you.
Like,
it's the only way to describe them, bro. Like, they just have bricks for hands, except
Bricks
for
for
their
hands,
point guard.
man.
The point guard's the only one who's,
burning,
a real person.
What a stud Jalen Brunson is. He's so good.
Yeah.
I saw one thing. Go ahead, sir.
Quick side story about Mitchell Robinson. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Mitchell Robinson's high school coach has been living with him since the start of the season. Pretty feel-good story here. So what happened was his high school basketball coach, his wife passed away, and Mitchell said to him, you know what, you need to come live with me. I'll take care of you, make sure that your head gets right. Hang with me as long as you want. Come to all the games, etc., etc. And the guy's been living with him since the start of the season. They interviewed him the other week, man.
I love Mitchell Robinson now.
Yeah, it's a really cool story, man.
Story. That's a very, very cool story.
Man, you see what I'm saying? That's beautiful. That is sport is beautiful for stuff like that. Yeah. Right there. Well, let's get out of it. That was positive. I was about to just switch it over to the positive side, but you did a real nice job right there. But let's get the hell out of that game, because honestly, it wasn't even basketball. To me, it was just like this terrible shit that just won't come out. All right, here we go. And you know what? Speaking of shits that won't come out, I heard that you can buy stuff for your stomach from Popeye supplements. If you guys, is that right?
Yes. You can buy all kinds of stuff from Popeye supplements.
Yeah. So
I mean,
if you tell me that I can help cleanse my palate and my colon from those Raptors losses, I'm definitely heading to Popeye supplements right now.
Well, guess
and
what?
That'll flatten your belly too. That'll flatten your belly too. You know what I'm saying?
Well, as all you listeners know, that means it's another episode of This or
That.
All right, we got a big one, and this time I switched it up, seeing it was a New York state of mind sort of night Friday. I'm bringing back
part one or part two.
Yeah, I would say part one. Yeah. So I'm gonna go old Knicks versus old Raptors on the street fight right here.
Ooh.
Yeah. One of them was a Knick and a Raptor, so these are heavyweights, and I'm sure you know who I'm talking about.
There's a few of those.
First one is Mr. Charles Oakley.
Damn, I thought you were going to say Leonard Fields.
No.
The legend.
Now,
if we pick against Charles Oakley, now we all have to worry about getting checked by Charles Oakley one day, right?
Man, so we got Charles Oakley versus Anthony
Mason. Rest in power.
Oof, exactly. So who do you got, boys? You got Oak right here, or you got Anthony Mason right here?
Look, I'm going to be a little bit controversial right here. A lot of guys are going to say Charles Oakley, right? And I respect it, right? But I'm going to say Anthony Mason, because the way that guy shot, somebody's catching strays too, man. So this guy won't just take out Charles, man. He's taking out a bunch of people, man. Those free throws were lethal.
They were lethal. That's true.
Yeah.
I remember watching that as a kid going, that's not right. Who you got, Max? We got 1-0 Anthony Mason.
I'm definitely going with Anthony Mason. I can remember. Oh, hold on a second. All right, I'm good.
Okay.
I can remember when the Knicks were in their prime and they had all the X-Men. They had Oakley. They had Mason. Mason was the one guy that seemed tougher than the rest of them.
Oh, for sure. He was, and he probably had the coolest haircut too out of the bunch.
Yeah.
By far. So with me, I'm gonna go. It was real tough for me. It was Oakley or Mason. I'm a huge Charles Oakley fan. I even bought his book that he just put out, which I suggest all of you should buy it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, it's incredible. But no, you know what? No, but I'm going Oakley. Because what Oakley did to that owner of the Knicks when he was at Madison Square Garden. You remember that, A.Rod? It was incredible. Like he's just I don't know, man. You can see it in his eyes. The eyes don't like Chico. Oakley would get him. So I'm gonna say so that's 2-1 for Mason. So Mason gets this one, but I gotta give it to Oakley on that one.
Yep.
We got one more street fight. I know usually we only do one, But I got another one since it was a Nick Raptor night, and that's always a big night. And this is two icons in both cities. Who you got? Nav Bhatia, Spike Lee. If these two had to square off and go fist to fist, who do you got? Nav or Spike Lee?
I mean, Spike is too legendary, man. I mean, Nav is like a local legend. Spike's like the global legend.
Mm-hmm.
This is tough, man.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter when you're on the street and you're about to fight. So who you got here, Nav or Spike?
I'll roll local, man. I'll go with Nav.
You go
man.
local?
Yeah, I'll go with Nav, man.
We're going Hyundai. You're rolling Hyundai on this one, huh?
Yeah. I can't speak for Spike. I mean, I'm sure he's been at many Knicks games, at least the primetime ones that I've seen. But I'm not in New York. I can't speak for him there. But Nav's been to every Raptors game humanly possible. He's probably only missed, one?
No, he even skipped his wife's, everything his wife ever had.
So, I mean, this guy's dedicated, man. So, I mean, he's willing to die for these Raptors. I don't know if Spike's willing to die for the Knicks, man.
Man, that's good. So you got Nav.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, I hate to do it, but I gotta go with Spike.
You going Spike?
And as far as dedication, Spike used to watch Knicks games when he was just doing I guess there were $5 tickets in the rafters, and then he worked his way up into the season ticket. So he's been a lifelong guy. But I'm gonna go with Spike because there's a crazy story, you should look it up, of how he actually became the producer of the Malcolm X movie. He bullied it. He bogarted that movie.
Oh, I love that.
And it was just, I don't know how you do that. I don't know what was, man, he must have had some serious muscle in those meetings. I don't know what. But he somehow muscled that movie away from the original director. They were already filming and everything.
He strikes me as that type of guy that would have that in him.
And so fight. Spike's got a different kind of energy in him, and that's one of my favorite movies ever. So I'm gonna go with Spike.
For in a fight wise, I think what would happen is Nav would go in for the big blow, and then Spike would duck him, and then pop. And I think it would be a real quick fight.
I like how you detailed this.
I think it would be a real quick fight. I think Spike would lay him out with two quick jabs when Nav went in for the big
Nav
big
got
haymaker.
that mobility, man, that Bollywood mobility.
Nah, I don't know.
You don't know about that.
I don't know, but we got Spike. So all right, last one. Since we'll keep it on a New York tip. We got 2 minutes for this one. This isn't even a basketball table. Who you got, Foxy? Foxy or Kim? That's a big question, and I'll leave it to you. But Foxy or Kim? Tell me, hit me.
I'm not gonna pick either, man. They're both legendary in the rap game, man.
Okay. Legendary, very legendary.
Before Nicki, before Megan, before all these chicks coming out now.
For sure.
These were the two primos.
All right, so that's a tie. I like that. Max, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Kim.
Kim. Okay.
Because just Kim's flow. Yeah. Other than Biggie, Kim might have had the best flow next to Biggie at that time. And obviously Biggie was writing her stuff, but her delivery was like, Lil Wayne level delivery. She was amazing. Yeah, and I'm not even talking as a female, just like as a rapper,
General,
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Kim just because her flow was like top 10 maybe for me,
This one for me is so easy. I used to get Columbia House, and I used to get all the free CDs.
It all comes back to Columbia House.
So I used to get like the free 16 or free 12 or whatever it was, but I had different names. I like Benito Stortini, Bene Stortini, and I would get all the free ones. Right? I just wouldn't pay shit. But when I got the Foxy Il Nana sent to me, let me tell you something. What this album did to me. This album right here made me realize there was a different type of girl out there besides the white girl. this one changed my life. And I'm not kidding you. Nothing was the same after that for old Ben Stortini. And hearing her talk about what she was talking about on this whole album changed my whole life. Okay, the trajectory went from a vanilla ice cream to something quite different that was in my freezer. So,
hey, rapid quick fire question though. Between the two, which songs are you guys picking? Are you taking Firm Biz or are you taking All About the Benjamins?
Both those. I have to take Firm Biz because Firm album. I wasn't a big Firm Biz specifically that song, but I was down with the Firm for sure.
Okay,
that album, that one album,
yeah. I love the Firm album. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Foxy on that one because that Firm, just the attempt, you know.
The attempt.
Dr. Dre, A.Z., Nas, Foxy Brown. Cormega, Nori, you know, it was a great album. And that video for a Phone Tap is one of the best rap videos you've ever seen. Like, period. You know, when he jumped off the balcony and landed on the bench.
What was that one song that they cut? They cut Cormega off the whole project, but
the politics. Jeez.
Anyways.
What an album,
La Familia, I think the song was called. The original with him on it, with Cormega on it, it's crazy. It's on YouTube.
And Half a Mil, the first time rest in peace, Half a Mil, the first time I heard him was on the Firm album. There's a great documentary with Half a Mil on YouTube. Holy, heartbreaking, but great.
All right, well, that was the New York edition of
New York.
I had a twist to it, so this or that. But we have time because we only have one game, so we can talk what's going on around the NBA. And we got some real fresh stuff that happened literally last night. So the Houston Rockets.
That was fun.
The Houston Rockets were in LA under the real bright lights. And LeBron and a certain coach, Ime Udoka, got into a little bit of a squabble. You talk about a street fight. It looked like Mr. Ime Udoka sized them up like, hey. He sized them up. So what do you boys think? I heard he called him soft and he called him a bitch, basically. So,
yes. I got the play-by-play for sure. Yeah.
So boys, jump in. What do you think and who you're riding with?
Break it down, A.Rod. Break it down.
Yeah, break it down, A.Rod.
So I've never been a LeBron fan, man. I'm gonna go with Udoka.
Me neither. He's top 50 for me.
I'm not gonna troll him that hard. All I'm gonna say is, listen, I've never been a fan of that guy's personality on the court. Off the court, it's great. You know, does all the stuff for the kids and like has his own school, etc., etc. Good role model. Doesn't get into trouble. Lives up to the hype.
Good for you, bro.
Longevity. You know, XYZ. Name whatever you want. ABC, XYZ. Like, just the guy's great, but his play style has never made me a fan. No. And just the personality too, I'm just not with that, man. Like, just so when Udoka, you know, goes, "Hey, man, you're a bitch," and he's like, "Oh, don't use that word around me. I'm a grown man, and we got grown men out here." Shut up, man. Shut up, man. You want to talk like
that's what he said?
Like, yeah, you want to talk like you're from the streets, man. You heard worse there. So don't come here with that like we're all grown men. You know, use some soft language or whatever. Man, just shut up, LeBron.
You talk about a street fight. If you had Udoka versus LeBron, I got Udoka all day. Yeah. All day. Did you see it in his eyes?
When he it was so clear. It was so clear. It was just, he looked him up and down and said, "What are you gonna do about it?" I'm not exactly sure what he said initially, but it was some kind of insult. And when LeBron responded back, he looked him up and down and was like, "F you gonna do about it?"
Nothing.
Real calm, no fear in him at all. You ain't no threat to nobody. It was hilarious. And it was great for people from our era because we don't hate on LeBron. It's just he's not our guy. It's not our style. It's not our cup of tea.
He had that kind of look in his eye, though, that he was just like, "Do you know how psychotic I am?" He's like, I cheated on Nia Long, man. Do you know what kind of psychotic I am, man?
There's some great jokes about that, man. Like, I effed your wife. Hey, what you gonna do about it?
Man, that's what I'm saying. And you know what? On a positive side, too, well, it's all positive, but I looked at it too. Like, if I'm a young Houston Rocket on the bench and I see my coach doing that, man, I'm riding with you.
Yeah.
If I had any question, no. Now I'm really with you now, man. I'm with you now. You want me
And on
to
a side note,
Go ahead, Max.
on a side note, man, Memphis was the hot team last year when Dylan Brooks was over there. Houston's the hot team this year. Dylan Brooks is over there. They're tough. They're standing up to folks. They're trending out here. I mean, Dylan Brooks is kind of like a positive influence on a team that's trying to make a name for themselves.
A-Rod and I both shot on him like he was Mr. International Clothiers.
I used to too, but I turned it into love like about a year ago. While you guys are still on the hate side.
my hate is starting to diminish.
I'm still there. I don't care. I'm staying. I made my bet. I'm gonna lay in it, man. Listen,
yes, sir.
The Houston Rockets.
I'm allowed to change my opinion.
The Houston Rockets are not tough, man. They are only tough at home. On the road, they have yet to win. So I don't want to hear none of that. These guys are different this year.
Speaking of tough, did you see that clip from the same game where there was a technical foul?
Yes.
And Fred, so I think it was Terry Eason went to go shoot the technical foul, and Fred goes up to him and just brushes him off like, get out of here, young buck, and takes the ball. And then Terry looks at him like this, and Fred just kind of like didn't even look at him like and brushed
Fred's
him
like,
off.
I had enough of this shit last year with these young bucks. No more, man. You ain't getting these points off me. Like,
man, oh man, yeah. So, anyways, yeah. I'm with both of you. I'm like I said, my top 50. I put Braun about 52.
Hey, there you go.
52.
There you go.
I put him 52, 53. And that's no disrespect at all.
No disrespect.
It's just, if I really put my whole list out for you, you'd be like, I kind of understand what he's saying. So I put B.J. Armstrong over.
Shout out to B.J. Armstrong.
Shout out to B.J. Armstrong. Yeah. Shout out to B.J. Armstrong. Hey, look at this. Boom. That's how quick it can be. Yeah, stand-up guy. Okay, so we got another story here. There was a 30-0 run today. Dallas and OKC Thunder hit me with this. I didn't watch it, but what happened?
Thunder were up 24 points.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Then Dallas said, nope, not on my court. Specifically, Luka and A.J. Lawson said,
I missed that whole run.
Not in Dallas. And Derek Lively. Shout out to Derek Lively.
Derek Lively.
Yeah, Derek Lively had a great dunk in that game. It was like, woo, woo.
Dunk after dunk after dunk and block after block. This man looked just disgusting. Yeah. But like Luka, man, holy, the magic, man. This guy pulled out the wand and said, no, we're going on this run right here. Now, this is the craziest thing. These guys went on a 30-0 run, all right? They went and got up 117-111, but it was with 4 minutes left, and I felt so bad for them because I was
Who went up
117-111?
Dallas.
The Mavs.
This is when I left when they were OKC was up by 24. I came back when Dallas was up. I missed the whole drama.
Mamma mia.
It was insane. The building had erupted. Luka was going nuts, talking shit to the crowd, flexing, everything. It was crazy. But then in my head, I was like, no, they finished that run too early, man, because it's 4 minutes left, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like scoring in soccer in like the 50th minute, and then you still got 40 to play. Like, you need to hit them at the end. So
yes, especially
these guys
in basketball.
Were gassed from that, man. OKC went on a 15-3 run in the final 4 minutes. Unfortunately,
Who headed that run? Was it Shea?
Yeah,
Shea had that great steal. Steal. Oh.
Shea
and it was a heartbreaker. It was one of those heartbreaking types. Yeah.
I
think they should change the Canadian anthem and just have Shea write the new anthem.
Shea, you know when those dudes do that ice water in the vein thing?
Man.
Shea's for real though. Shea got ice water in his veins for real. He is cold-blooded.
He
is so
cold-blooded. He doesn't. He have no emotion. He is a
That's
killer.
like cold-blooded. Like,
and he'll put you on Instagram after. You know,
Buffalo, New York, Rick James. Like coming to Toronto to hang out, Rick James. Like that cold-blooded. Yeah.
Cold-blooded. Yes.
Shea is basically what we wanted RJ to be.
Yeah.
Because RJ had the hype behind him and everything.
Mm-hmm.
RJ's like the Byway version.
Yeah, shout out to Byway.
Is that too much?
No,
is that too much?
Too much. I'll go Zellers.
Kmart Zellers.
Okay. That's more appropriate.
Yeah, you can still find some good stuff. Yeah.
Zellers. Shout out to Zeddy. Zeddy the Bear.
All right, boys, real quick. Next game, we got about a minute and a half. Next game is Wednesday, so not for a while because we got the tournament, right? So it's Wednesday, December 9th. Heat at the Rap, 7:30 p.m. Who do you got, and what are you looking for in this one?
I'm gonna take the Heat.
Raps.
I'm gonna take the Heat because they're so jumpy and so weird. They're like the Raptors. I'm gonna take them only because Raptors can't hit free throws. So there we go. That's my prediction.
Unfortunately, I think I'm gonna go with the Heat. The East Coast.
Feeling right now.
The East Coast, like there's certain teams, they look at the Raptors with more respect than the Raptors have for themselves.
Yeah.
Boston does that. New York does that. Miami does that. They play us. They're playing like they're playing a good, respectable team that they're going to get some credit off of. I can see it in the way they play against us. But we don't step up to that same type of thing.
Yeah.
I know Miami's going to try and do that Miami culture thing. And,
Get a healthy dose of Haywood Highsmith.
I'm looking forward to seeing that young kid, the rookie, Jaime Jaquez. I think that Darko is gonna out coach Spoelstra, and I think that we're gonna get a surprise win. Even though I'm like negative about this, I do think
I've been wrong about all my picks, so I'm kind of going in the opposite direction, trying to,
Well, let's leave it at that then. Let's leave it at that, boys. So let's keep the good vibe. We'll talk. We've got a few days here till the next game, so let's be ready for this next episode. And man, that was a lot of fun, boys. That's a lot of fun. Enjoy your night, and let's do it. That was another episode of the Sports Ethos Toronto Raptor podcast, and this episode was called Donnie Diamonds. And I hope you enjoyed yourself. I'm your host, the El Hoopo, ELHOOPO, and that was A.Rod, AROD, and Mr. Max Profit. You better pay me. If you want to find a video that puts a voice to the face, go to YouTube and look up El Hoopo. Hit subscribe and like, and hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.